So just pay attention because this really is an important time. You would think that when you rewind 1 year to January of 2020, right? And we had our global event in Las Vegas, and we had a ton of people live. Remember what live used to be, right? When we could get together and rub shoulders and spend time together and share information and just build the community of LifeWave. Well, amazingly, COVID has not stepped on LifeWave's ability, members' ability to grow the business. It is quite frankly amazing when you think about it. Some of these, there's aspects to the virtual reality that we're all playing in now. There's incredible efficiencies, aren't there? We're all here. We're from around the country. Of course, our Spanish speaking friends in the United States, of course, all of Mexico. I mean, we all get to be here right now with the flip of a switch. And we could not be more thrilled to be here with you to share the information that we're gonna lay out for you over the next hour, hour and a half, whatever the length of time proves to be. I think back to when I first met David Schmidt. Gosh, I'm going to say it was perhaps late 2005, early 2006. He had just started the company. Things were just beginning. I'm not even sure he did not have a patent on this technology yet. He had maybe one or two or three clinical studies that he was building in the moment. And you think about what he and the corporate staff as it's been built, and of course, leadership across the world, what's been accomplished over the last 16 years. 16 years. It's about 14 and a half since I met David. I mean, I think about the nature of skepticism back then. People are saying, no, wait a second. These patches in a sleeve like this, they do what? And how do they do that? Oh, come on now. Really? Well, we like to say that's the product performance that's been pulling this company forward. And that is so true. People in the early going of LifeWave started trying the product. Our first product was the energy enhancer. People started telling people, elite athletes started to hear about us. And the next thing you know, we hit the national news as we were helping to improve the personal bests of nationally known and nationally recognized female swimmers. And the next thing you know, we hit the front pages of newspapers across the United States because we were working with Olympians with our technology. And that was the beginning. And from there, this company has had a track record of unveiling new products, building the business, increasing our distribution around the world. Goodness gracious, we're in something like 75, 80 countries now, 12 or 13 distribution centers, hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. And back then, it wasn't that. But think about it. Think about the stick-to-itiveness, the persistence involved to grow this business, and the fact that David always saw the future. It's simply amazing what David and the team has accomplished, and you now get to share in where we are today. And we like to talk about the fact whether you're a new member in the business, whether this is the first day you've ever seen anything having to do with LifeWave, or whether you're a veteran. The fact of the matter is, we are just getting started. This amazing product, X39, this is something that, gosh, we introduced it back in January of 2019. That was the product unveiling in a town called Muncie, Austria. There were about 400 people in the room from around Europe, and we had folks flying in from around the world. And we got to share this amazing technology and everything that it involved in that moment in the kind of like the Alps of Austria. And it was the most idyllic setting to launch a new product. And we did it. And that was like an incredibly interesting turning point for the company, because the nature of X39, and David certainly will be talking about this in a little bit, was such that it did so many things so quickly. And the word of mouth and the fact that we activated stem cells, it really kind of struck a nerve. And the next thing you know, growth, unbelievable growth. And so over the last 2 years, literally the last 2 years, this company has been unstoppable. It really is going places. And so you, again, whether you're a veteran or brand new to the company, are so well positioned because as our sales grow, additional resources available, we grow our corporate staff, we can support more and more people across the world. And so now all you have to do is share the LifeWave story and let people try the technology. Some people say, well, gosh, how does this work? What's involved? I need to explain this technology. Tell me the science. I need to know all the details. Well, one of our leading money earners, his name is Chuck Michael. He has always said it like this. When someone asks him, well, how does this work? He says, I'm not really sure I can describe it in detail, but let me tell you what happened to me, or let me tell you what happened to a friend. And you tell that story because, it's about stories that makes LifeWave so special because people are having such incredible experiences with the technology. And by the way, not just X39. We have a lineup of about 8 or 10 products that, stress, sleep, energy, weight cravings, you name it. We have a variety of products that allow you to target into specific things that you want to solve, specific situations you'd like to just feel better, have more energy, and be able to do, think about having more energy without the buzz of caffeine, without doing something to your body and putting chemicals in your body. LifeWave is all natural. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you are so well positioned for the future. And that really is what this is all about, because today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do to take advantage of this opportunity to grow your business in the way that you want to? Maybe you just want to pick up an extra $100, $200, $500 a month. Fantastic. Maybe you want to develop some additional income and grow to something that really can be a full-time income. You can do that. That's what's beautiful. And here's what's really special. There is no competition. Everybody in this room and this virtual room, think about it. There is no competition. There is no company on the planet doing what LifeWave is able to do, the technology. No one has it. David now has 100 or so issued patents on a variety of different technologies, including LifeWave technology. Clinical studies, I talked about the fact when I first met him, he might have had 1 or 2 that were in the works. Now we're approaching 90, 100 clinical studies and a lot's in the works right now. Right now, we probably have something in the neighborhood of 6 or 7 or 8 studies on X39 and other patch technology. So the future is incredibly bright. It really is. Some people say, well, you can say that, but how do you know that? Well, think about what we're doing. We are building our corporate staff so we can support amazing growth. David will get into the fact that we're able to manufacture at such a high velocity. We can meet the demand no matter how strong that demand is. We're opening up offices around the world. Malaysia fires up in the next month or two. Philippines coming on strong. Japan, forget about it, straight up. We are growing at such a fast rate. What does it mean? You might say, well, I don't care about Taiwan. It's my local town right here. I have friends, I have neighbors. I'm not sure I care about what you're doing globally. Well, just remember, the more resources, the more revenue, the more profits. What do we do with the dollars? We invest, we plow it right back into the company to make sure that we can support our amazing growth. And David, of course, will be talking about that. And so, we talk about sharing the product, right? Handing someone a patch and say, you got to try this. You just got to try it. Slap it on and see what happens. It's like that, And so, of course, on my end, in the world of sales and marketing, what is it that we are here to do for you? Well, we want to make sure that you have all of the tools, right? The specific tools that you can use to share the story. Because, you don't have to be a product expert. You don't have to tell the incredible LifeWave story like I am right now. Obviously I've been around the business a while. I can talk like this. You might be new and really can't come up with all of these interesting little phrases and ways in which you can talk about the company. So We make a video, 3, 4, 5 minutes long. And there it is, all encapsulated in one concise, efficient video. So someone says, well, can you tell me about it? Yeah, let me show you a video on the product. Yeah, let me tell you what LifeWave is all about. This is LifeWave is a video that talks about the first 15 years of this company. There it is. People might say, well, I've never heard of you. Well, guess what? We are 16 years old now. Our foundation is solid. We are going places. And through that video, that's, I think, 5 minutes long, they get the sense of that. So they can tell that. You don't have to try to sit down and walk them through the last 15 years. We do that for you. So you're the messenger. You don't have to be the message. And we've got other types of tools like that in the back office, right? Tools, PDFs, information. It's all there so that you simply have to provide that information to others so they can make an intelligent decision while they are trying the technology. Because in the end, as I said before, it really is about the technology. Because goodness, think about it. If LifeWave didn't work, we wouldn't be where we are, period. That's it. So as long as you let people try it, have a conversation, follow up, make sure they're clear about what has just occurred, ask them some good questions, field their questions. If you can't answer a question, simply ask a fellow leader, get a hold of Lorenzo. Questions will be answered. People will make intelligent decisions. Your business will grow. And that's what's incredible. And by the way, how wide open is the opportunity? What really is happening within the Hispanic community in the United States, within Mexico itself? It is so wide open. The phrase ground floor opportunity. Well, frankly, I like to think that, it's a ground floor opportunity forever. That's just the way it is. It always is a fantastic opportunity. Think about the millions and millions of people that have never heard of LifeWave. That's the fact. It's the way it is. We are growing fast. We have very successful month-to-month growth. David will get into that, the nature of our growth. We're going places. People have heard about us, but an awful lot of people haven't. And your job is to make sure that as many people as possible have heard about it. We're not spending money on television in your traditional forms of advertisement, are we? We're not doing that. We're not on shelves in retail stores hoping that people will walk down an aisle, see a LifeWave sleeve sitting there, and because maybe we would have put all kinds of interesting graphics on a sleeve and it's sitting there on the shelf, maybe someone will pick that up and take a look at it and try to figure out what it is. We're not doing that. Why? Well, because in fact, there are some things you need to tell people about this technology. And that's why the network marketing business is perfect. That's why David chose this as a method of marketing when he first started the company. He had different ways he could have gone. He had some pretty serious high-end conversations with people that were willing to commit millions of dollars toward this technology way back in the beginning. He decided that it would be smarter to, in fact, harness the power of the network marketing business model, people to people, word of mouth. Because in the end, if you have you go to a good movie, what do? You tell others. You try an interesting product that solves your problem and you realize, wow, that's incredible. I got to tell people about that. That's the dynamic of it, isn't it? And those of you that are in the business, you know that. And those of you that are new and checking out LifeWave for the first time, just know that that indeed is what it's all about. And because that's the business, that's led to our amazing growth as we just literally, one person tells someone knows somebody in Japan. Next thing you know, Japan is our fastest growing country in the world. I mean, it's just amazing how it works. And so you're part of a very dynamic, exciting business with amazing potential in front of you. That is going to just take the lid off of everything so that you can be so well positioned as we march forward into 2021. So I just wanted to be sure that I could give you a kind of a sense of where we've been as a company, the type of growth we're experiencing, and the fact that the possibilities for the future are so wide open. You know, you talk about looking out at the horizon, right? How big is that horizon? The horizon, the horizon for LifeWave is vast. It's massive. And part of the reason that we have so much in front of us and so many possibilities is because of leadership like Lorenzo McGrew. I'm telling you, you have the right guy at the right place at the right time, helping you understand what's here, teaching you, training with you, sharing, motivating. Lorenzo, I like to say, Lorenzo is the man. Okay. Thank you, Lorenzo. And it's just great to be here.